you're watching on YouTube, welcome back to more MSQ playthrough. We just wrapped up the battle outside of the Crystarium, and we're here to speak with Thancred. Sundered even, yeah. You're here for me. I'm sorry to put you to the trouble. I'm fine, really. The Eater landed an unfortunately solid blow, but the healers here have done wonders. I'm more worried about Minfilia. She's not taking it well. Could I ask you to speak with her? My attempts to reach out seem to have the opposite effect. She's gone off to the Hortorium, ostensibly to fetch herbs for Chesimil. But just talk to her, will you? I'm kind of in a rush to get things done, like, you know, before Dontrell comes out, but at the same time, like, I'm enjoying the journey of learning everything. The story unfolding as it was. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Perhaps a gentle poke will get her attention. Eep! Oh, MSQ, what are you doing here? Thancred. It's my fault, you know. I jumped at the chance to help Lena, but I was careless, and now it's my fault. Then you'll be wanting to get those herbs for the healers. Oh, what have I done? I promised I'd be right back, and yet here I am. I know that I need to get better, but I've only allowed to be a part of this because I'm Minfilia, and I need to be more like her. All I do is make mistakes, put others in danger. But you're right. I can still help, if only by seeing these herbs safely to Chesimil. There are only 2 left on the list, but I'll need to ask about this one. I've looked high and low, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other one? I would hate to delay any longer than I already have. You're looking for something with soft leaves that's very fragrant, in an unmistakably medicinal way, I was told. We only need 2 sprigs or so. Once you've got them, you can bring them directly to Chesimil. Whoever gets there first can explain that the other will be back shortly. Thank you. I appreciate the help. This plant has soft leaves and smells strongly medicinal. This plant has soft leaves and smells strongly medicinal. Well, it didn't take long. I definitely want to be done by the time Dontrell comes out for pre-order, though, as I'm going to be uploading alongside my playthrough. Because I also need to go through it on my main. So I'm going to go through it first on MSQ here. But I might do it like get to a certain point and then off stream get my main caught up, and then on stream or like on recording get MSQ to a certain distance or a certain, you know, stopping point, and then same thing, get my main caught up. Minfilia told me that you would be bringing the rest. Marvelous. With this, I can replenish our store of medicines. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that are being brought in. I wasn't on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patients' faces make plain that it was a horrible battle. So we're still fighting it, I suppose, though with bitter medicine rather than sharp steel. But we'll win, I promise you that. It seems that I owe you an apology for dragging you to yet another battlefield when you've just come off the front lines. In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few. With Spagyrix in good working order, the Crystarium's people will be cared for. More lie ahead, of course. Battles only you can fight. Not that we intend to let you do it alone, but that's a matter to discuss with the Exarch. She is a really good doctor. She had some wits about her earlier in the story too. You know the Exarch? Who the hell are you? We do? Was there something you needed? I need you to tell him something. For me. My dearest friend, you see. He was there on the battlefield with me. But only the one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I never knew that our world was this beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad that I got to see the night sky. I don't know how the Exarch feels about what happened out there. I don't know if what Valthree said is true. Our losses were just deserts, so we doom ourselves to worse by continuing to fight this fight. But I believe in the Warrior of Darkness, in the Crystal Exarch, blah, 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 blah. I don't think what they've done is wrong, and I don't think we're wrong to fight with them either. My friend, he smiled in the end, just as he smiled when he raised his glass to celebrate the return of the night. That's how I want to remember him. So I want to tell the Exarch, don't give up. Don't give in, please. We'll tell him, you have my word. Who the hell was wearing blue? I thought everybody was wearing red Crystarium. Maybe blue. Oh, I think blue is for... Is it Fort Job or the Austral Imperative or something? If you're ready, why not go on ahead to the Ocula? You can keep the Exarch company while I fetch Alphanode. Don't worry. I mean to borrow the swiftest Amaro I can find, so we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on that message, eh? Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you. Though I confess I found them more gladdening than surprising, I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Whether that they have not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shrink from what must be done, not least of all. Though I mourn the lost, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my constant companion, I will follow the path I have chosen to its end, as will I. That I have no doubt, and if we ever should appear to falter, it will only be because we are fatigued after a battle well fought. I thank you for your kind words. Now, we have plans to make, do we not?
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
You look so dreary.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
Just a little butthurt.
It was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Valthree may call it divine retribution, but sin eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a light warden, There should have been no compulsion for lesser sin-eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthry.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin-Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Like a primal.
If I anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Armorang. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser Sin-Eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a Sin-Eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Armorang, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do. I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
You put the ass in Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Armorang we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. I'm gonna talk to you. Will you never grow tired of shuffling your feet? If you have something to ask me, ask. Tell me about Zodiark. As I told you before, Zodiark is the creation of my people, the first people. We summoned him, as your kind might summon a primal, albeit an infinitely more powerful one. And like one of your primals, he tempered us. It was only natural. There was no resisting such power. And so, who the fuck summoned Hydaelyn? And they are tempered as well. And so we Ascians came to exist solely to bring about the rule of darkness, his darkness. Of course, some would call us evil for it, and they would be fools. Though that is only to be expected, given their innate inability to conceive one of the nature of our universe. But I believe I am repeating myself. Do you not trust me to speak honestly? Do you hope to catch me in a lie? Really? I have no need of deception, and even if I did, I assure you, you would find it quite indistinguishable from the truth. I like the way you talk. Unlike that of someone else. What? I didn't say any names. I didn't say any names. I don't know what you're talking about. I saw your camera pan. Wondering how many people watch on YouTube who are like Urianger fans. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. You're sure you want to do this? Completely sure. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger. Strong enough to face my destiny, and I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how could we not? It is your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw you moor an airship coming in to land over Amarang while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Vothri's forces to Raktika. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right, now, Nabath Arang lies in the southern reaches of Amarang, and there are two routes which we can get there. The first is in the eastern route, which would lead us past Mordsuk. The other is in the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Minfilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes the easier traversal of the Nabath Severance. But we can't use it. If we did, we need to cross the Severance from a point nearby the inn at Journey's Head. If the Umorans caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure their activities would not meet with Vothri's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposition. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Umorans' attention elsewhere, to an area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way, you'll have a chance at reaching the Batharang unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that is a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It would afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Valthry's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it's best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few tomorrow for our own journey. I leave the rest to you, Minfilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. There you are. The gate leading to Amberang is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Now that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point. Not that I am, but you have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? Oh, one of my favorite tracks in Shadowbringers for sure.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? Whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spend upon it for granted. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing. Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. Whee! Oh, they're Mords. You sell? No. No, you are no merchant. But then, why do I know your face? Oh, I remember. You spent Wilbert gold. Such a coin purse cracking. You are already a legend among Mord traders. Okay, sounds good, Duty. You're a traveling merchant, then. Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course! Anything for valued customers. This place is Garik. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now, none. So Master Gengen borrowed the village, made it into a trading post. Very convenient location. In which case, you must all be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Nabatharang ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Nabatharang. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. But surely there must be some other way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps. You ask, they tell. Tell for free even, to friends of our best customer. Wonderful. Thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. You wish to go to Nabatharang? There was a way once, a gondola down from the cliffs, but it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left, and no one to use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight. You hastily take down a memo regarding the gondola on a spare scrap of parchment. Gone in the village led by Gengen. For Nabatharang, airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. The Yomorans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. Though it seems somewhat superfluous. Motherfucker, hang on. It's pronounced superfluous. You'll dutifully make note of Gongon's words. Superfluous. Who's left? It's gotta be somebody in a building, I think. Can't go in that door, so over here. Oh, that is a surprise. Not many bound for Nabatharang these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines of the Hills of Amber. It is locked behind a gate, however. I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being much use. You take down information regarding the trolley on a wrinkled piece of parchment before stuffing it unceremoniously back into your bag. Oops, I didn't want to talk to you. MSQ, I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Nabatharang. The Umoran presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, though, their army is definitely in Amarang. There have been no sightings of Yomorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Alice's plan has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? So these are our options. Well, what do you think? You can try the gondola. Might die, but A. Can we get an airship anywhere? Not from Vothri, obviously. Gate aside, the trolley seems most feasible. It does seem to be the least risky of our options, and I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zunzun can offer some insight. Where'st thou... Oh, there you are. Oh, valued customers! Were the other Mord of help? Or of a fashion. They told us a trolley that runs to Nabatharang, at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself when we asked? Blah, 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 blah. Yes, the gate, you see. It is impassable. Before, there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos. It opened the gate, they say. But none operate such a thing now. I do not even know if it exists yet. I do not know, but you should travel east to Montbarren Mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. Oh shoot! Wiggles! Yo, Wiggles, thanks for the 500 biddies. That moment when you blow out your power supply and hear that sweet pop and fizzle and wonder, is it just the power supply or my whole computer that just got cooked? Scary feeling. Oh my god. Ugh, I just got goosebumps. It's Are you on your phone or are you on your computer? I hope you didn't get cooked, man. Thank you for the biddies. I still see miners that here from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to the Talos, it would be them. Thank you. You've been a great help. We're off to Mount Barren then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. Dude, I'd be terrified if my PC like had a little sizzle and pop. Ooh, good. Oh, that reminds me, I should back up all my stuff. Ooh, that's terrifying. Dude, if my computer ever went sizzle pop, I'd have nothing. I'd have nothing, dude. I'd be so sad. I'd have nothing. It was just the power supply. Oh, it was a power surge in my surge protector. Quote unquote. Holy shit! Didn't do anything. Well, I guess it did. Computer was fine. Power supply was more burnt than a pipe. Oh, damn! What the hell caused it? That's crazy. And it just cooked. Just cooked like that in a matter of seconds. That's scary. I'm glad everything's okay. I'm glad it was like not fucking any worse than that, dude. The scale of the track is impressive. I'll give them that. Now we only need to follow it until we come to the mines. Ooh, that's a long way. Just shitty wiring in this house, that's all. I got surge arresters, so we'll see if that suffices for the next time. Oh, okay. What is that? Surge arrestor? I've never heard of that term before. It's like a surge protector, basically? Oh, okay. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zunzun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zunzun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Somewhere near the entrance to the mines proper caught Urianger's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. Zoom in on the map. Okay. Something here, maybe? Maybe below? Let's see. Nothing down there. I think this one is meant to catch all the extra power and dissipate it somehow instead of just pop off the current. So who knows? Okay. Oh, I see. There's a trolley car. There we go. The benches within suggest that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though, it is clearly old. It appears to be well maintained. Oh. Interesting. Flecks of rust adorn the rails, but they nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. Oh, there's one more. I think I've had that happen. Oh shit, there's the wolf. I think I've had that happen to me once before, Wiggles. Like that, I got a crackle, sizzle, pop, and the surge protector actually did its job though. Thankfully, man. Maybe in the house. Oh, there we go. Whoa, there's a cup. The cup is slightly warm and a fair amount of tea. What? Steeped over long, if the color is any indication, remains within. So there's people here. Hey, where's Wiggles? I mean, where's Wiggles? Where's Urianger, not Wiggles? Yeah, Wiggles is in this game. Made you an NPC? I would make you an NPC. MSQ, what hast thou discerned? I see. Indeed, thine observations are consistent with mine own, but let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks look like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to golems of the source, nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. Proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here, suggest a considerable number were at once in operation. Alas, this specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if thou went somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Urianger said, F that. MSQ, I do believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouses on the northwestern side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. Yeah, you get a mount if you do my side quest. Dude, how sick would that be? What would your mount be? Wiggles, the Wiggles McWiggly mount. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 da. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Try to do something like that in Minecraft and even Valheim, like make our own NPC kind of stuff in quests and whatnot. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here, of that I'm sure. You're just gonna attack me, bro? In broad daylight? What are you? Somebody that'll kick your ass one more again if you try it. Well, that didn't really tell us much. I mean, it's a person. Was that meant to help our investigation? I don't think so. Oh, well, there you go. That's much better. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we need to steal? What, some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. Likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Thaf, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her— What is this person talking about? Joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto world's end. On their journey they met a sorcerer as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of a sort, but we have rather large concerns than fairy tale romances. Though I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Demoth Arang. We were hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again. The trolley? The trolley. You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Jarek and Thaf at your service. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working for a few other folks to get it up and running again. Before you ask, yes, it's true that there's little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore, mark my words. You'll hear no argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, if there's anything we could do to assist you, we could gather materials, or help put pieces together. It's a sight for more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you would understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him, if you like. We'll introduce you. Very well. Our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever it is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right. It looks like you'll be following us back to Twine. Not a Khajiit has no wares. This one remembers. No, this is not the new expansion. This is actually Shadowbringers. We are level... once we accept it, we're level 76 in the MSQ, in the main story. Level 76 in Shadowbringers, which is the second to last expansion as of right now. If you're ready, we can leave right now. Though, you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd have come out by now. Oh yeah, I kicked his ass. You think he'll be alright? It's, well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll have a look, just in case. You go on ahead, Thaf. Alright. Looks like it'll be just you, Lod, and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way out of the rail yard. Welcome back, Deity. I'm just gonna zoom past all this stuff. That's smart. Did he have to thump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now, though. I've pointed your over-eager companions in the right direction, and they've gone on ahead, so we need to get moving. Normally we walk atop the tracks, but seeing as the young lady has a much shorter stride, that's more perilous a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. Wouldn't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that account. So I can take the tracks. I'm taking the tracks. I mean, Ophelia can't walk on them, but I can. Matter of fact, I can ride a bike. Wait a moment. I think I hear something. Oh, that's something, all right. Run! Okay. This way. Uh-oh. Somebody got into some trouble over here. Come on, Thaf. You're a fucking local, bro. Sorry about that. I'll admit I didn't expect this route to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to Twine, though, so we should make it further without incident. Yeah. Starting not to believe you, my guy. Definitely grab the aetheryte. First and foremost. This is it. Welcome to Twine. The original dwellings were built to house those laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to see their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow to what you see today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. As you've doubtless noticed, the track goes to the very heart of the town. It was the heart of the town back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines for that matter. The only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go. Or so they say. That should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging, but I don't see what we have much choice. Let's go and meet the man. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or the four of you. Wicked White. If you're gonna bother me, at least have the damned courtesy to stand still. Methinks this one is deep in his cups. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Nabatharang, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in Nabatharang, not anymore. And especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Nabatharang. I must. So you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is ruined, nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Nabatharang. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No. I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. He only said that because he thinks I'm weak, and he's right, but I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Alright, if you're watching on YouTube, that's going to do it for this one. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.